folks, we are live. Let's get it
Let's
started.
get it started, baby.
All about y'all.
Hello and welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everyone. I am your host, Veronica.
What's going on, Veronica?
Wait a minute. Hold, stop the press. Who is this guy?
You call me the new Don King, baby. There's a reason why I'm so prestigious, look so prestigious right now.
Okay. Give it up for my co-host, Victor.
Sir, what up?
Looking all fancy over there. My other co-host, my brother Fatine, all the way from New York, WBLS radio station.
There you go. From the famous borough of Mike Tyson, Mark Breland. There you go. There you go. BK, Brooklyn.
In the house.
I see a punching bag, so I got it.
Boxing ring, should I say? Yes, we have guest Lisa. We have Arsenio Hall and Shamir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blow it up, fellas. Blow it up.
So we have some boxers joining us tonight along with their boxing coach. We're so excited to have you guys join us this evening. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good.
Great. Good. Lisa, how you feeling?
I work today. I'm tired.
Oh, you can't get tired, coach.
Say you can't get tired, coach?
No, not as a coach. You can't get tired.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Victor didn't got on y'all nerves. Y'all trying to slide out.
I'm already cutting deals for him right now. I already got 2 endorsements right now.
Oh.
They coming in right now.
Oh. Let me use my little bomb there. I'm gonna let them get settled right quick while I try to tag you guys.
Tag all of us.
Yes. Bro.
But you know what? The good thing about it, Veronica, the last couple of weeks, I couldn't see the comments because, we was kind of moving around a little bit. So tonight, I can respond to, everybody because I can see them. So to all the viewers, if I didn't respond to your comments, I apologize because I just couldn't see them. But tonight, we turned.
Tonight, you turned. You ready?
Yeah, we ready tonight.
Really?
Hello to everyone out there. While Lisa them struggle with their phone. How y'all feeling on this Thursday?
Feeling great. How about you? How was your workout today?
You know what? It's been a tough one, but hey, I feel good.
That's where I want to go.
Do you?
I feel good. I had a great workout today.
Did you hit the punching bag?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you talk about your great workout.
But I can see the results. Can y'all see the results?
I see them. Let me see them arms one more time. There we go.
What did you do?
There we go.
Well, Lisa, I go to gym. I do some classes. I do sculpt classes, and I do dance aerobic classes. So, yeah.
Your goals are, everybody's goals are different.
Everybody, what, Lisa?
Everybody's goals are different.
Oh yeah, but I'm still working on my goals. I'm still trying to get it.
Goals are different.
I'm trying to get in my 2-piece this summer. So pray for me. Pray for me. Thank you. So Lisa, let's start with you, ladies first. female
What's up, girl?
boxing coach. Tell us, how did you get started in that, man? What interests you in being a coach for the men, and how long you been in this profession?
Well, I started in boxing 15 years ago. I was kicked out of high school 2 weeks before graduation for fighting.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, yay! Clap for the fans. Anyway,
That don't mean to go out there and punch guys.
Anyway, I got in a lot of trouble, but I was put in situations that kind of, as a kid, that led me into trouble. So when I found boxing, I had my son. He was a year old, and I was still kind of being self-destructive. So I started. My brother is a UFC fighter, and I called him one day. I said, "You're in trouble. I'm in trouble. What are we gonna do?" He said, "I want to go and do jiu-jitsu," and I said, "I'm gonna start boxing." So I started boxing when my son is 1. He'll be 16 in August. So it's been 15 years for me, and that's how I started fighting. And 3 years ago, I've won 8 world titles, and I've done enough, and decided it was time for me to do other things for other people.
Ooh. So how do you get along with these two fellows beside you, Arsenio and Shamir?
Arsenio and Shamir.
Love my son.
Well, they don't look like they can do any harm to anyone, but hey, we want to hear from them. We'll start with Arsenio in the middle. They both are 31 years old, and I hear y'all be TKOing. That's the right term? Do I have that right? Knocking people out.
That's KO, girl. KO.
Oh, I said TKO.
TKO is technical knockout. KO is knockout.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
See, that's why I have you guys on the panel with me. So, Arsenio, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a 31-year-old country boy. I was born on the farm. I come from a big family of 6. I got 3 little ones. And
what city you from, bro?
Right now to Chester County.
Okay.
Chester County. That's that's okay. I'm getting.
That's Chester.
Oh, Chester. All right, Shamir, what's going on your end? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm 31 years old. I have 3 children. I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. My dad was in boxing, most of my life growing up. So, that's how I took to it. And I really grown up in school. I really fought. I fought a lot. Never fought in school. But I tell people, hey, we can meet up after school. Just because I enjoyed the adrenaline rush that I got from it. That's one of the things. But as time kept going, I ended up getting in the gym, and I started to learn how to perfect my skills. Right now, I live in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Okay.
Rock Hill.
And then, I am gonna stay strong.
Well, can I ask y'all a question? What does your diet consist of as a boxer?
What does our diet consist of?
Yes.
Protein, whey, vegetables, water, and air.
She's strict on diet. When it comes to diet.
And then a scale. Like if you don't get on it and it weighs right, you're gonna eat it.
So is there a set number of calories y'all try to stay up under, or is it just a particular? How do y'all determine your diet?
By how much they weigh.
Okay, so y'all try to stay within that weight?
Yes.
Our walk around weight is different from our weigh-in weight. So
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Come on, Arsenio.
Gotta be like within 5 pounds in a month. That way, when they start like working out 3 to 4 hours a day, that they can make their weight comfortably, not have to cut weight, not have to lose any water or damage their muscles when it's time to fight.
So how long do you all work out a day? How long y'all be in the gym?
About an hour, hour and a half.
Oh, that's
Twice
it?
a day.
That's not bad.
Mm.
That's not bad. You know, I was watching this video of this
So
little
in the morning, they either come to the gym and they box and do boxing conditioning for maybe 2 hours. And in the evening, I expect that they do their strength conditioning and their running. If they don't do it, I can tell when we go sparring or we come back and work mitts, and I know if they're lying when I put them on the scale or I put them in sparring. It shows up.
you keep them straight, Lisa. I hear you.
Let me. I have a question for everybody, but let me start with the boxers first. Last night is interesting having boxers on. Last night I got a chance to watch on one of the classic boxing network two classic fights, which was Muhammad Ali, Frazier 2 and 3. And of course, I'm probably older than everybody here. But who do you look or who have you looked at? I know one of the gentlemen, I think is Shamar, correct? You talked about your father being a boxer, but besides your father, who do you look at as a professional boxer out there that has been someone that may be motivational to you or that you look up to kind of walk in their footsteps? Of course, you're also trying to create your own legacy, and I respect that. But a lot of times as we grow up, we kind of idolize or are motivated by people that have been in the profession. Who do you look up to in the boxing profession that has been pro or still is pro?
Well, from my dad, I automatically looked at Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
But for me myself, as I started looking into boxing, the old school marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yes, sir.
The one that kind of stands out that helps me to know that I can actually make my own boxing my way, my skills, how I want to make it is Emmanuel Hudson. Just to see how, because Mayweather himself said that was one of his toughest. Yeah, said one of his toughest.
Yeah, untimable timing.
Right. So,
amazing.
So yeah, those are some of the ones that I actually look at. But I try to watch all the boxers and see what I can grasp and change into my own unique way. And I know the simpler, the better. So I like to choose the more simpler boxes to watch and to look at.
But you're a hard-headed motherfucker. You don't want to be simple in the ring.
But I gotta try.
Get him, Lisa. Get him, Lisa.
You don't want to be simple in the ring. I can't just say 1, 2, slip. He's complicated. We got to make the pieces for this guy, and he's got to turn around and say why.
Arsenio, same question.
Things that come more,
Yeah, like listening.
Shamir, you don't listen? What's up with that?
Canelo Alvarez. I'm more of a technical. I like the technical and the footwork of certain fighters. But like professional wise, I like to try to take my career just like Andre Ward did, just to get comfortable and learning the business and evolving from it.
Okay.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Let me ask Lisa a quick question. Lisa, I have a quick question for you. What do you look for when you are choosing someone that you are going to represent? In a sense, there's a lot of people that come into the gym and want to be a boxer, but what are you looking for? Someone that you would get behind? What are you looking for from them?
Honestly, I look at a lot of my guys and I want to make sure that when they get up every day, that they can, that I want to make sure that they have a job, that they can depend on, that they can take care of their families or bring them to the gym if they need to. I mean, Shamir's here right now. If my fighters need to go to the doctors, whatever they need to make sure that they're going to be okay. So when they come into the gym or they come into the ring, that they are fully focused and well functioned. That makes the most of me. And sometimes I have great fighters who come into the gym and we get their life situated and they don't want to anymore. And to me, that's okay too, because as long as I know at the end of the day, people aren't coming in here to make $500 paychecks, get brains beat out, get a rent, I'm okay with that.
Right. So let's talk about this event that's coming up on June 19th in Columbia. Are you two going to be fighting that day?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it going to be held? Tell us about that. I know one of you are middle. I'm gonna get this messed up.
Middleweight and welterweight.
Thank you. So let's talk about the
We
event.
also have Ryan fighting on the card. He is at work right now, and then we've got the babyface assassin. You know, he's the most underrated little tiny little head peanut that can box like a damn Forrest Gump. He's gonna be on that card. You can't walk down the street, but you put him in the ring, you can kill somebody. That's why he's gonna be on there too.
He don't run like Forrest now. He don't run like Forrest. Run, Forrest.
44-3 as an amateur boxer. This kid is ridiculous. Ridiculous. He can box. Doesn't box the rocks, you know, but you put some gloves on him, he's good.
Lisa, you a character.
We'll be at the Jamil Ryan 19. Tickets are $40 for general admission, $80 ringside, and they have 2 separate sets of VIP tickets. You can get VIP that are just house liquor and food buffet, and then they have one that's going to be premier liquor, all you can drink.
Say that about the liquor again. How much is the liquor tickets?
That's all he heard was the liquor tickets.
How much are the liquor tickets?
You got house premium for a buck night. You get that
50. Oh man, I could drink $50 and get a good show. I'm there. It's in Spartanburg, you said?
No, Columbia, right?
Columbia.
Okay. Have you some crab legs and some drinks? Columbia, South Carolina, the Jamil Shrine Temple. We are on Andrew Stokes Promotions. We're on his card, and we don't want to forget G&I Security. He is Melvin DeWitt. He is our official ring sponsor gear guy. He puts all the gear on our team. He dresses them from their head to their toes. They look snazzy. They look amazing. He hooked you up with you guys to talk to us tonight about our fighters and what we're doing. And he really supports our team to make sure they look good coming in and out of the ring. They have jobs. Their kids are okay. Their families are okay. So we're very, very, very honored to be with G&I Security and with the Andrew Stokes Promotion down in Columbia, South Carolina. And y'all come join us, okay? If you need some tickets,
June 23rd?
I'm sure we can get you there.
June 19th. Yeah, I have a
Nice.
I was supposed to be in Florida that week. God,
I have a wedding on June 19th. I
want to say, how can people find out more about this fight? How can
what Lisa say?
I didn't hear because this is hanging a little. How can fellas? How can people find out more about the?
You see him? This kid is Shamir's baby. He is 4 years old, and since he was about 6 months old, this kid has followed me around the gym in a diaper while I hit a speed bag with one hand. He gets tired, and I get tired. I switch hands. This kid's been following me all over the gym for years.
So cute.
So what's really important to me is my fighters not only get opportunities in the ring, but they get good training and their families can come with them.
That's awesome.
You know,
like you said, they have a life as well. Just because they're boxing, they still have a life. So Lisa, we're not going to hold y'all up any longer. Tell us how people can get more information about the fight. their website or something?
Promotions.com. You can go to Lisa Garland on Facebook. You can go to Arsenio 2K Hall on Facebook. You can go to Shamir Rice on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. Where you at too?
Arsenio 2K Hall.
Where you at?
All is within me.
All is in
All
me
is
on where?
in-
Instagram, on
Instagram.
Facebook.
Lisa Garland, Shamir Rice, and what was Arsenio?
You can also call text at 03-207-0070 for any ticket or gym information. And we're, reach out to Stokes Promotions or Melvin DeWitt if you guys want to come and enjoy a great show. Watch our fighters do their things. We've got 4 fighters on the card, and it's going to be a great night for boxing in South Carolina.
Well, we appreciate y'all for taking time out to sit with us tonight. We'll definitely put that information on our Tangy T page. And we wish the best of luck to all of you. Maybe we can get together and y'all can show me some boxing moves.
I want to spar everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
She wanted the gun. She wants the gun.
Yeah, I want the guns. I want the guns.
I want to fight everybody.
Mhm. And he'll be wearing them shades permanently.
And if you hit me, I'm calling the cops. If you hit me, I'm calling the police. I'm gonna have 9-1. If we hit that, as soon as we spar, you hit me, I'm hitting that other one.
Sign that waiver. I signed my life away.
Right. Lisa, Arsenio, and Shamir, thank y'all guys so much for joining us. Yeah,
Hey, good luck to everybody, man.
Good luck, fellas.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck to the team. Good luck to the card.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Y'all take care.
Hey, tag us. Send it to us. I'm gonna put it back out there in the universe, okay?
Okay.
Take y'all.
All right. You're
All right.
welcome. Y'all take care. Nice to meet y'all.
All right, girl.
Hey.
Hey, Deanna.
Looky. Who we
How are
have?
you,
What's up?
Sister
What's up?
Deanna?
I'm well. How are y'all?
We
Hanging
doing
in
good.
there.
How you feeling?
All right,
Good.
fantastic.
It's so funny because I was sitting backstage and when they were saying bye, I'm waving like they can see me and stuff.
Mhm.
So you in a sporting mood?
No,
No, you don't like
Yep.
boxing?
I don't watch it. It takes too long for me.
Basketball,
mean-
Too long.
anything?
It could be in one round.
Well,
What?
it is basketball season. What about basketball?
Yeah, I like basketball.
Okay.
I learned to like basketball when I had my son because he loves basketball.
Okay.
I like football. I'll tolerate baseball because it just takes such a long time.
Veronica?
Oh, I'm down with basketball, football, tennis.
Track and field. Just name everything.
Yeah.
The
That's
thing
right.
about it though, if I was watching boxing with somebody, a guy, let's say, he would probably have to kind of talk me. I would ask some questions. So
Yeah,
So you
now
gonna mess it up then?
that would
Yeah,
blow
a guy
somebody.
ain't gonna watch it. He ain't gonna
Yeah,
watch it with
so
you. Then.
yeah, let me just go on.
But I'm
Yeah.
with you, Dan. It does take a long time. Unless, like back in the day when Mike Tyson was fighting, one round, bam, done. Like I
Yeah.
like those kind of fights. And I cannot watch the other fighting. What do you call it? The
UFC?
yes, UFC.
What it called? With the kicking and punching?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can't. Like I be like, oh, I be wanting to, because I can't stand people fight like that.
Mm.
But guys, welcome.
Ladies.
Deanna, welcome back, girl. We get ready to get into a hot topic. We want to thank our guests, Lisa, Shamir, and Arsenio Hall for joining us and talking about their boxing careers, and we wish them the best of luck with their careers. And
of course.
yeah,
There you go. There you
I
go.
definitely gotta get back with them and get the information so that I can put it up on our site, because they do have a big fight going on in Columbia, June 19th. And, we do have a lot of boxing, a lot of people that like boxing. So that's definitely something that they can do come June 19th. It's right there in Columbia, South Carolina.
And I could probably watch it in person better than I could on TV.
Yeah.
Long as you got a good seat, it's interesting. And I wasn't lying. I did watch 2 fights last night, and Muhammad Ali and Frazier. Yeah, I did watch those too. Hey, Deanne, I'm in your town. Well, in your vicinity.
Really?
Victor.
You guys gotta invite me out.
Hey, Victor, hey, Vic, you mentioned that. I don't want to put your business out there, but at least I did. Victor did show me a night out. We got out there, shot a little bit of pool.
1:30 that morning.
Yeah, shot some pool and everything.
What kind of shirt did Vic wear?
He had a white polo shirt on.
Okay.
And flower shorts. No, flowers.
Yes, the flowers was coming in there soon.
Yeah. But
With
all right, guys, so let's.
But he gets respect when he walks in the place. So he gets some respect. Yes, he does.
Oh.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm. Where was that?
Big Vic.
We was in Florence.
That's all I gotta say. We was in Florence.
Big Vic.
I'm in Florence. I'm Gucci in Florence. As long as we're in Florence, I'm good.
Yeah.
So anytime anybody want to hang with me, whether you viewing the show or on the panel, if you in with me and you in Florence, you good.
Yeah, we had a good time. I shot. Matter of fact, the last game of pool, there was a female. She was taking off all the guys, So I played her. I had to send her home.
Oh,
yeah, let him tell it, Deanna. Let him tell it.
Hey,
Anyway,
Victor right there.
Let's get into this topic. So, like the other night I was saying when we was, and shouts out to 119 Media Group.
Yes, please.
Doing big things, helping Tangy T climb up the ladder. We appreciate them. But, like I was saying, when we was at the studio recording, how I come across posts and I like to, grab some of them when I see them because it can be hot for the tea. Right.
Yeah.
So how far would you guys take your friendship with an ex when you're now in a new relationship?
Oh, shit.
How far?
Next subject.
And let's listen at this post right here. This is from a guy. He says, and I got this out of a group that I'm in. So yes, we gotta talk about this. So he says, I have a question. Me and my ex-wife are extremely close. We are there for each other no matter what. I help her, she helps me. We have an outstanding relationship. We have 2 kids. Question is, she needs help with school, paying for her classes for the summer. I have helped her before with school. I am going to help her again. Anyone that's in a relationship will have a problem with anyone that's in a relationship will have a problem with your man/woman helping their ex out. That's his question. Would you have a problem with your man or your woman helping their ex out?
You going first? All right, well, let me go first then, because I'm going to say this. I'll help anybody as long as it's not taken away from the crib. You know what I'm saying? I think and just know this is just how I'm set up. Anytime you are a responsible adult, in my eyes, you're going to always have some money set aside for an emergency fund. That emergency fund might not necessarily mean an emergency fund for me. It might be an emergency fund that I need some money just to pull off to give to somebody else. So as long as you're not taken away from the home, I don't see where that's the issue. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell the person who I'm with, as long as we keep it cordial, as long as we keep it here. If you telling me, Vic, I need some help with my light bill, I pay your light bill, just know that's it. I can't get you the next month and the next month and the next month. But that one time, I don't see where that's a problem. One time.
Now, are you saying that because you all have kids together? Or are you saying that
that goes for anybody. I mean, if I rock with you and you come to me and you say, I need help, 9 times out of 10, anybody who I rock with is pretty much independent. I don't hang around no freeloaders. So if somebody was to come to me, knowing the person that I am, and they was to say, hey bro, I'm in a tight spot, they already know I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna keep that discretion. And I'm never going to bring that up. But I also, and this is my biggest thing, if I give you something, I gave it to you. And a lot of times people try to go out their way to pay it back. I don't like stuff like that. If I give you something, I gave it to you. We keep it between us and we keep it pushing. But that's just me.
Well, see, here's the thing, and it's funny because Sharon just posted this, but I was going to ask that question too when you say you wouldn't tell the person that you're with. So now we're keeping secrets.
Because they wouldn't understand.
But
some people just don't understand. You know, I can do something for somebody, and somebody from the outside might say, "Oh, well, he like her," or they got something going on, and it could be just it was in my heart just to give you that. If I gave you, $1,300-$1,500 to help you over a hump, you know what I'm saying? Why does that mean that we sleeping together?
That's your ex. We talking about your ex now. We're not.
Yeah, if I gave my ex, any ex, whether we got kids or not, if you came to me, you already know that. I'm not saying that I have it, but if you came to me and I was able to give it to you, then you know what comes with that. You know there's gonna be some discretion, and I'm not gonna bring that up back into your face, and it's gonna be a one-time loan.
But then, okay, you keeping the secret from who you're with. Yes. But how about that ex get out there and be like, "Oh, my ex, blah blah blah. Victor gave me $1,500 to pay my light bill and my car note," and it gets back to the person, and it gets back to the person that you're with. Now there's confusion.
Comes with that.
There's confusion in the household now. So why wouldn't you be upfront with that person?
Because if you understand now, if you ask me for some money and I tell you don't say nothing, it's between us, and you say something, then I can spin that narrative however I want to. And that's it. So if you ask somebody for something and they say, okay, these are the terms of the agreement, I'm gonna give you this $1,500, but I just don't tell nobody where it come from. Why can't you just take the 15 and do what you need to do, and we don't speak no more about it?
Because some people is not like that. Some people some people are real petty, and they'll do anything to try to break someone up. You see what I'm saying? Right. If they see that their ex is happy in another relationship, you got some petty people out there now. It gets back to whoever you with, and they're going to be looking crazy because you're keeping secrets. So what other secrets are you keeping from them? How many other times did you give them money?
So my thing is, if you try to break my home up because I gave you 15, for whatever it is, then you also know, like I said, I can spin that narrative however I want to. So I can say, yeah, I gave it a 15, and along with that 15, this, and this came with it. So, I mean, that's just a risk you willing to take. Either you keep the discretion or I can spend it how I want to.
Deanna Fatine?
I'll jump in there real quick. Because I'm sitting here shaking. So first of all, let's deal with the letter, because Victor jumped out there and he dealt with it the way he chose to. Let's deal with the letter. So this brother said that he's going to help his ex. She has 2 kids. He says this, right? Now, the question is what, Veronica? The question is in the letter.
He wants to know, anyone that's in a relationship, would you have a problem with your man/woman helping their ex out?
Okay, so first of all, I'm looking from the point, him saying, would we have a problem with our significant other, mate, wife, whatever, helping their ex out? And yes, it would be a problem. This brother, first of all, states that he's going to help his ex out. It looks like when he broke up, he has kids, and he has made that decision. I'm going to help my ex out. Doesn't matter where and how I move. This is how we have a great relationship. Even though we're not together, she's my ex. So if you lay that law down with whoever you get with and they accept that, then cool. At least give them the option to say, I'm not comfortable with it, And if they're not comfortable with it and you're going to continue to do that, then if that's a deal breaker for your person, then they have to at least give them the choice. That's number one. Number two, on the other side, the flip side, I already answered it from my side, in a sense, but I have a problem with that ex. Now, the third issue did with Victor from the point of this of not disclosing that to your significant other. I think that's a problem, because once you, first of all, you happen to X, and if you are starting to live a lie, like you said, I'm not going to tell her, tell your significant other. Now you're building this on the strength of a lie, and then if your ex says something, then you're going to spin it any way you choose to spin it. But why not, if you feel that that's something you want to do, why don't you bring that to your significant other? At least be transparent. And at the end of the day, do this. If you don't have no motive, like you said, this is not being done because I'm trying to sleep with her or any other underhanded motive, then bring that to your significant other. You said they may not understand. Well, they're your significant other. So at the end of the day, if they're number one in your life, then let number one have a say so with you in a sense of doing that. I just think that you open up you open up a bad situation, and I think you will cause more problems in your relationship with your significant other, or worry about helping the ex.
Well, wait a minute. Just to say what you just said, remember now when we first did a show, you know, not to bring, I want the viewers to go back and look at it, but sometimes you can't let your significant other know what you're doing. Remember, there was a letter wrote, and it was no harm behind that letter that was wrote. But when the significant other found the letter, it turned into something else, even though the letter was, you know, there was no malice intent. Correct. So as long as I'm not taken away from the house, there's a lot of things that I'm going to do that whoever I'm with is not going to agree with. So I just feel like if I give an ex some money to help her, I'm not saying I want to sleep with you, but I still care enough about you to make sure that your well-being is still a priority in my life. Because if you're an ex, yes, we didn't work, but at some point in time, I did care about you. So I should, at the very least, try to help you, as long as the breakup is cordial.
But is that your responsibility? Is that your responsibility? It's not your responsibility. Unless it's dealing with the children, and it's something that is dealing with the children, but we're not looking at that, because we're not going to get in the way of children. I'm not going to allow anybody to get in the way of me helping my children. No. Right. But helping your ex, I have a problem.
I'm going to say this. I had an ex a really long time ago. She was in college, and I was out doing my thing. And she came to me, she was like, Vic, my college tuition is this. And I can say this because I know none of y'all know who I'm talking about. She said, my college tuition is this, and I don't want to get a loan out because I'm trying to build my credit. So I was like, cool. If you come up with this, I'll pay the rest. And she was like, I can deal with that. And then I paid that and didn't ask me anything in return. Now, she dropped out of school and shit, so there wasn't no return on my investment or nothing. But it was just a simple fact that I felt like I did a service. So at the end of the day, I could still sleep at night, even though she never finished school.
Was you in a relationship?
Huh?
Was you in another relationship?
Yeah, I was.
And you was wrong.
Go ahead. I want to hear from Deanna.
I feel like no ex. First of all, it should be, if you can't do it in front of your significant other, you should not do it. Period.
That's
if
true.
you feel like they wouldn't agree, then you shouldn't do it. I also feel like certain boundaries again should be set. No ex of mine should feel comfortable enough coming to me for a period. I don't care. No ex should feel comfortable no person should feel comfortable going to their ex for certain things. It's the difference between hey, I need gas money, and hey, I need my mortgage paid. Like I have a problem with somebody I'm with. They're at them. Like, what you helping them do? Why?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. When kids are involved, again, that's totally different. But just no, I have a problem with that because if you don't tell them, you're lying by omission. And like Fatine said, it's going to cause problems in your home. And what's your motive for it? It's not just helping because it could be so messy. Absolutely not. I have a problem with it.
But that's only if you find out. I mean, people split up and still become friends.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But respect the fact that
you're with someone and just be transparent. Just be transparent. Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I had an ex that if she was to ever get into a situation, and if she was to say, Vic, I need some help, I will probably do it. It would be no questions asked because I know if she was to come to me, I was her last resort.
So how would you feel if your significant other, your wife, help the ex and don't tell you about it, and then you find out?
Okay, then there's a conversation that needs to be had. So I'm looking at it. You're right. You're right. I'm only looking at it if I'm doing the helping. But yes, I agree with you, Fatine.
It's a double standard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a double standard because I'm looking at it as if, I'm just helping this person. But if I was to find out, then yeah, I would feel shitty as hell.
No,
I would, but I know deep down, if I was to help somebody, I know from my heart, I'm doing this and I don't want anything in return. But this other person over here, I don't know. You might be doing this. So as a woman, for you to give a man some money, I'm looking at it like, well, why are you doing that though? You know what I'm saying?
Not that part, but go ahead, Veronica.
No, I was gonna say, how about if she go to another man? How about if she go to her ex?
Right.
Oh shit. Oh, that mean I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
How about if you are, but she just want a little bit more?
Then the relationship is over.
Yeah, but I think y'all should concentrate. I'm not saying that that's not an issue, but the double standard, we gotta drill down on the double standard. And Vic's my man here, but we need to do why the double. Well, Vic explained the double standard. He says he knows what's in his heart, but he don't know what's in his woman's heart. But what if your woman thinks like you and have the similar heart that you have and is sincerely helping an ex and there's nothing to it? See, the bottom line is that's why I said transparency is so important, because if she came to you and say, yo, Vic, I dealt with this guy in high school. He's in a jam. He came to me. I told him, look, I got to go to my husband and ask my husband, yo, if this is cool. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's why I said on your end, if an ex comes to you, you should do the same thing.
I can't though. But bro, me and you both know even if it was $20, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I was in Walmart with my son, and there was a lady in front of me, and she had a special needs child, and that special needs child had I don't know, it was some kind of centipede thing. And the lady didn't have enough money to pay for it. So I gave her a 20 and told her to keep the change.
That's not your ex.
Huh?
That's not your ex.
But let me
get not your ex.
So I paid for my stuff and I got back in the car and we was about to pull off and my son said something about it. And my ex was like, oh, you must have been trying to get with her. I'm like,
your ex or your woman?
Well, she's my ex now, but
right, but it was your lady at the time.
She flipped and was like, oh, well, why you had to give her some money when?
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
But some people do.
No, I wouldn't have an issue with that either.
But see, and that's the thing. So there are certain things that guys do that we don't even bring to our women because we already know you are not going to understand.
But okay, so listen at what you just said. Your ex got mad because you helped this lady out in the store that didn't have enough money to pay for a toy that her child wanted. Now imagine you giving that same ex, you in a relationship, you giving that same ex $1,500 to pay for her car note or whatever. You don't think she'll get out there and be like, oh, Victor gave me blah, blah, blah. Then it gets back to your...
I don't think any of my exes, I don't think they would because...
she blew up from you from helping a stranger in the store.
Yeah, she did.
the way I see it is, I'm sure that I have guys that I've dealt with that I know for a fact, I probably can call any of them and say,
No
hey,
doubt.
I need or whatever I want, and I will get it. But I'm just not going to do that.
Right.
Because to me, I'm going to respect whatever situation you may be in.
Right.
Because I don't know.
Oh man, she get the
Yeah. Deserving applause.
And two, it just don't sit right with me. Like certain things I'm not going to do, period.
Yeah. So let's look at this for a minute. So we listened to Victor and we responded to Victor from our perspective, right? We gave our opinion and how we would handle this. But let's talk about what Victor's talking about, because this is what I say on this show a lot of times, and it seems like it goes over people's head when I say the book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, that we're two different, we think differently. And at the end of the day, Victor is not isolated. A lot of men think like this. I had a conversation with a brother who was cheating on his wife. And I said, yo, bro, you cheating on your wife? Ah, man, I'm having a good time. I flipped it. I said, yo, what if your wife cheated on you? His words to me shocked me. He said, I'll break her MF neck. I said, yo, bro, you doing? He said, I don't give a damn. What I do is what I do. But she's my wife, my woman. She ain't, if I catch her doing that, I'll break her MF neck. And that caught me off guard. And then as a man, I see how we men, because I'm a man, how we men, I'm not going to separate myself, how we men or some men move. And that's how they think. And that's why there tends to be issues. That's why, even though we may disagree with Victor, that is how some people think. Not all, but that's how some people think.
But at the end of the day, it's certain relationship etiquette, like certain things that I get it. Women are from Mars, men are from Venus, however it goes.
Right.
But certain things you just don't do in a relationship, and the fact that you already know you got to keep it from your significant other, that's one of them. You know that. We can spin it, we can justify it, but if you can't tell them it's wrong, you already know.
My father was paying child support. My father was paying child support to his ex-wife. My father would not bring his pay stub home. And my mother she kept saying, my mother was after, of course. And when he finally brought that pay stub home, my mother blew up. And she said, I blew up because you could have told me this earlier.
Right. It's not that deep.
Right. Just like when the ex-wife, when the daughter of my father and the ex-wife were getting married, the ex asked my father to contribute because the tradition is the father's supposed to pay money. So my father did bring it to my mother. Now my mother had an option, and my mother said no. My mother said no. She said no. I'm not going in debt. I'm not going in debt. The wife, the ex-wife got married again. Let the husband do it. But my father said, well, I'm the father. So my father had to figure out what and how to go about this. But my mother wasn't going to sign on. And then down the road, they broke up. My sister and her husband broke up. And my wife said, you see? Yeah. That's why I didn't sign for the damn thing.
If it was his daughter, or he raised
his daughter.
Nah, yeah, you do that for your daughter.
Yeah, I thought so. But my mother said, fine, but I'm not signing for us to go in debt on this. And that was, and I thought, I was a kid, so my opinion back then, I didn't understand fully, but my mom was adamant. And for whatever the reason was, she said no. But that ex had a child on my father while he was married. And when that child was born, my father left. And as time went on, my father would go pick up his two children. And when he would bring his two children to the house, my mother would say, what about the other child? Right. And my father was like, no, that's not my child. And my mother said, that child didn't ask to be here. Absolutely. That child don't know about that. Don't you more than welcome, but you do not leave that child. You bring all those children over. And I've always said on this show, that same child that was not my father's preached my father's funeral.
And I feel like when you do stuff like that, you leave the door open to me. You don't close the door all the way. So you leaving a little crack. And when you leave a crack, people feel like they can come in. I need clear boundaries because any of my no.
Yeah.
Or let me run it by my husband or what like no. They're gonna keep people may keep doing it. And it's a difference between a life or death situation and somebody just asking. Absolutely not.
Right. And you do have those folks. You leave the door open, they're going to try to take advantage of it.
But see, that's the thing though. Just because somebody asks you for something, it might not necessarily mean. I mean, I can't sit here and determine, what's important to somebody else. But I just feel like Fatim said, it is a double standard. To a man, I guess we're a little bit more free-handed when it comes to helping women.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like the taken out of context thing that I said about changing the tire. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not changing nobody else's tire.
But you give them money.
If I'm in a relationship, I'm not changing nobody else's tire. Yeah. I broke up with a girl behind that.
I would rather, if my husband or boyfriend or whatever saw a woman on the side of the road stranded, I would rather for him to help her than to give his ex money.
Let me tell you what happened to me.
Yeah,
I love giving real life instances, and my favorite saying is "Stop me when I start lying." All right. A couple years.
All right, Big, go ahead and stop.
a couple years ago, a girl had put out on Facebook that she needed some help changing the tire. This was like 8, 9, 10 years ago. So I just so happened to be scrolling on Facebook, and I was with the woman I was with, and I was like, "Yo, so and so needs some help." I was like, "Let's ride." She was like, "Well, I'm cooking." I'm like, "Well, she was at a stopping point." And I said, "Well, let's go and just ride with me." And she was like, no, I ain't going, and this, that, and the other. So I said, "Well, I'll be right back." And I left. And I called my homeboy, and he met me there, and we helped her change her tire. And I came back to her crib, and she was just, she went off. And I never understood why she was so upset by me helping someone who at that time didn't have anybody else to help her.
She should have went with you.
In fact.
And I swear on everything, I asked her to. I swear I asked her to. And we broke up, and the woman that I helped, she was like, "Well, I didn't think it was going to cause that many problems." And I told her, I was like, I needed that to happen. Because now I see, just because I do something for you, don't necessarily mean I want something from you. And the thing about it is, if I do something for you, I don't want no recognition. That's the thing.
But the thing about it too is you made it known to her. You gave her the option.
Yeah.
So
but
you didn't
more
hide
to that story too, but yeah.
And don't punish every woman by saying, "I'm not going to tell them, they're not going to understand," based on that one scenario.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're in a committed relationship and everything is going good, like you don't want to make that mistake of going behind that person back and doing something with an ex. You may not think it's important, but it will be important to that person. And then that's when the relationship, if she find out, then the relationship is going to be like, she's not going to trust you, because how many other times did you do this behind my back?
So now that you said that, let me spin it a little bit. So if you said it's cool for me to go out there and change the girl's tire and you come with me, why is it a problem for me to give a girl $1,500 and you come with me?
A tire, $1,500.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Because
no, Victor just changed it. He said, "What's the problem with giving the woman $1,500 if his wife comes with him now?" That's fine.
It's certain limits.
It's not going to affect us.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Certain limits to what you're going to do. And that's just period.
But if his wife agrees to that, Deanna, then it's no problem.
Wife won't be me because we're not agreeing
But
to
we didn't ask that.
1,500.
We didn't ask you
Now,
that.
it's a cap.
Right.
But that's
It's
my
a cap
money,
on
though.
what you gonna do.
But that's my money.
That's his money,
It's
and
our
his wife
money.
agrees to it. He brings it to her and say, "This is what I want to do," and she says it's okay, and she
Well,
goes with him to
him and
give
the
her that
wife-
money. Then it's
Him
no
and the wife
problem.
agree. I can't argue that.
You can't
But
argue
me
that.
as
No.
wife, we might can give her X amount, but we're not giving her that. Period.
Why?
Why should we? It's limits.
Why should it be a limit if it's not affecting our livelihood, Veronica?
No.
Because she's an ex for a reason. If
But
you don't have
I
any,
change her tire, it's the same thing.
As a woman who don't know how to change a tire, by the way, I wouldn't want any woman stuck out there.
Right.
I mean, I just wouldn't.
Yeah,
But you'll let her be homeless. But you'll let her be homeless.
There are places for that.
Oh my! They got AAA.
But if his wife agrees to it, if a wife agrees to it, then y'all are petty. If a wife agrees to it, then it ain't no. If the wife agrees to it, then it ain't no problem.
That's a totally different subject. If the wife
put y'all in that. I know. I want to put y'all in that situation. So you mean to tell me it's okay for her not to have AAA? It's okay for her not to have AAA.
That's $40 a month.
And change the tire, huh?
That's like $40 a month or something like that, right?
Okay, it's $40 a month. But if I'm telling you $1,500 is not taken away from what we got going on for her to keep her crib,
okay,
it's an issue.
Wait, okay, her crib. Do you have kids there, or is it just her?
No, I don't.
Oh, so you just giving her $1,500?
If you come up with 14, me and my wife gonna give you 100.
So the cap's $100.
No, I'm just
I'm not blowing. That's disrespectful to blow up a bomb if his wife agrees to it. That's crazy.
Well,
if his wife agrees to it,
no, 15. I'm putting
the wife
in
don't.
Situation.
The wife don't.
Situation.
Absolutely not.
But
I can give you a perfect example. I can give you kind of a real life example. I don't want to say too much, but I was with this guy or whatever who does whatever he does, and what?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, Deanna.
He provides a service. I'll say that. I don't want to give his profession. Hush. Anyway, so one of his kids' mother was in a situation.
Right.
And she needed him to do whatever for her other child, right? I was okay with it 1 or 2 times. But then after you come, I said, you got to stop her. Because it's not you helping me while I'm in a situation. Now it's becoming
a habit.
Frequent.
Yeah, and so I was like, I was okay with it the first 2 times, but if you don't see the pattern, I got a problem with it. So let's not continue to do that. She gonna pay for what she need because it's not for your child. You know, I agreed to you helping her the first 2 times, but now no.
I give you.
I'm with you.
So Speedy says so he could help a stranger, but not an ex.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody say. See, y'all twisting our words too.
We're not twisting the words. That's what you said.
No.
Victor said, "Give the ex $1,500."
Right, and the wife agreed.
She don't have any kids or anything.
The wife didn't agree initially for Team.
No, the wife did not agree with this one.
I'm not
saying. But Team keeps saying the wife agreed. She never agreed.
Yeah, she never agreed.
Yeah.
She never agreed.
So you're saying so, but I already answered that. If Victor's not going to be transparent, then that's not cool. That's where I'm lying.
Absolutely not.
I'm at.
You're lying
but Victor also talked about the double standard. He talked about the double standard.
That doesn't make it okay though.
Yeah, but there's also another flip side. I've seen very jealous men that will become physically abusive.
Oh no!
So if that ex, if the woman helps an ex with just $10, she knows that if she goes back to even be transparent, it's nothing to it. I helped him with $10 till he got to work to get his check, so he could go on about so and so. If she tells her man that, he is so jealous that not only the house is going to get tore up, she's going to get bruised up. She can't tell him. Because she's in that kind of relationship, she can't tell him that.
Don't do it.
She can't. Well, no. Well, she don't have to do it, But at the end of the day, you know, give this guy $10 at the train station so he can get on the train and go where he got to go, get something to eat to get his check.
What, so let me ask y'all a question. Just kind of flip it, spin it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give you a real life situation with me. So was in a relationship or whatever, and an ex called or whatever, and they really, really, really needed to talk. I heard the urgency in their voice. So in that moment, I talked to him for a bit, and I told my significant other, and I said, if they call again, I'm gonna tell them this can't happen. Like, you can't. He was like, no, you don't know. God could be using you in that moment, you know, to help. And I was like, no, because while I'm in a relationship, I want to respect the relationship, and I don't want to leave that door for people to feel comfortable steadily coming to me. So how y'all feel about that? Holding conversation.
I agree with your man. Because in that circumstance, I agree with your man because you helped him once, and if he calls again, you said no, I won't. I'm not going to do it because I don't want it to become a pattern. Your husband says no because you don't know what the situation is. I do agree with it there. Then after that second time, there needs to be a conversation right there again. But now it's to the point. This guy, you need to turn him on to some additional help now.
Right. When it's crisis mode, I might can help you, but I don't ever want you to feel comfortable enough to continually call me if I'm in a relationship.
You have to tell that person. Yes, he has to respect, and that person has to respect, but you have to let that known. Let that be known.
Especially if you're living together.
Right. Just let it be known to that person. Listen, dude, I helped you the first time. You called the second time. My husband said it's cool to help you the second time. But
I don't have one of those.
Well, boyfriend at the time, she said. The boyfriend at the time. And he said it was cool to help him if he calls again. But the second time this person called, you have to say, listen, even though my man said it's cool, I can't allow this to be a pattern here. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not professional help. I'm glad that you can call and talk to me, but you next time, bro, you may gonna have to go out there and get professional help. And that's how you nip it in the bud.
Professional help. But at the same time, I just made a point, like I had enough in me to say I'm gonna respect the relationship. Why men can't do that?
Let me answer this question for you, because when I answer it, you ain't gonna believe me when I say it. But
probably not.
I'm gonna tell you this: do whatever you have to do to keep me honest, or to keep the sanctity of our relationship. If you feel like helping this guy is a good thing, then don't tell me. And I'm perfectly cool with not knowing certain things, as long as you keep the sanctity of our relationship. I have no problem with you keeping secrets, as long as I don't find out about your secrets. And that's the problem.
Well, that's being now that way. I can get with Victor doing that because he's book.
But you can be an open book, but there's certain things that I just don't want to read. So when I say, you know, and I do certain things, I know I can do something out the kindness of my heart, but it's going to be perceived as something else.
And
so,
go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm that person. I feel like I give what I would want to get. For example, if I'm in a relationship and his ex called and they had a long conversation about whatever, I would want to know that, not so that I can get mad, but I want the kind of relationship where we can talk about these things. And I've had that where we could talk about that. So I know that I would want to know. So I'm going to tell you what I would want to know. And he's not wasn't the type that felt like, oh, you should tell me. He probably was thinking like you was thinking, like, why is this girl telling me this? But I felt like I would want to know.
Right. But see, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong in this one here, because each of you are saying what you will do and what you want done for you. But at the end of the day, what you want for yourself, Deanna, Victor handles it different in his situation, just like Veronica may follow one of your directions or different her direction. You understand?
I'm following both of them because
right.
I agree with Deanna. I will want someone to give me that same respect as I give them. Right. But I'm also agreeing with Victor, and just like Jessica saying in the comments, some things are best left unsaid. Some things I don't want, some things I may not share that I think will cause an argument or a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel strongly that it's gonna damage the relationship, I may not say, oh, what my ex called the other day trying to get back with me.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, I don't know why you're telling me that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? That. Like things like that I will keep to myself.
Absolutely. But it was the nature of the conversation. You know, hey, so and so called, and you know, just as a heads up, because you never know. Okay, let's say it came back up, and all I can say, yeah, I did talk to him. I couldn't. I'm just saying. Let's say he put a spin on the conversation, or I talked to Deanna, it was blah blah blah. Only thing I can say, well, I did talk to him, but it wasn't like that. Now my significant other don't know what to believe because I did talk to him.
Right. And how often do you talk to him? You telling me this one time, like how often do I know? Now Speedy is saying, why do women feel like they have to compete with an ex?
And it ain't no competition, baby. Speedy, let me tell
you. But they do feel like that. That's a question. Why do y'all are the women? The question is to you ladies. Why is that? And if it's not you all, why do some women feel like they have to compete with the ex?
Because I don't think. Well, I can't speak for all women, but I can't speak on that because I don't know about that.
I don't compete with exes.
The problem is not competing with exes. The problem is when men leave the door open, cracked, or whatever.
For the ex to squeeze in.
But that's your perception. A lot of times we don't leave the door open. You open the door. The door is closed.
Who opens?
The other person in the relationship.
How?
A lot of times we'll close the door and y'all will be the ones that'll knock that door open for somebody else to come in that door.
How?
By bringing her name up? Like how? I need clarification.
Bringing the name up is just by your actions, by your lack of actions.
But everybody has a choice. Every day you wake up, you choose your action. No matter what I do, I cannot choose your response. I cannot choose for you. So at the end of the day, I don't care what I do in a relationship or whatever. I do not make a man do anything. He does not make me do anything. I wake up and I choose.
Vice versa. That person, you as the man, we as the women have to put our foot down and stop what needs to be stopped. Like if I'm continuing having a conversation with my ex, that's on me. That's for me to control and for me to stop.
And it ain't like, well, Vic, me what happens if every day and I couldn't talk to you, so I talked to him. No, I chose to talk to him.
But what happens? What happens if that ex, Veronica, Deanna, continues to calls your job? You don't want to be bothered. You tell them, look, enough is enough. Yo, you keep calling my job. I told you not to call my job. When will you tell your husband, your significant other, that I told this so-and-so, and now it's time for your husband to get involved now?
He gonna know. Guess what? So-and-so called my job today. First time.
Why would you even tell me that though? That makes no sense.
Not if the guy. I'm saying if it's a you saying that for the first time. I'm talking about if it becomes harassment.
If it becomes harassment, then say something. But why are you telling me a dude call your job? Like I'm looking at you like, well, how
for the first time, that's not necessary. If you put him in his place, that's not necessary. But if he calls 5, 7, 8, 10 times, you told him, look, Joe, I'm in a relationship, and he's talking that nonsense. I want to get back with you. This, that, and other. Enough is enough. If he ain't listening to you, yo, I got to tell homeboy now because this is enough. Enough is enough.
The context of the conversations that I have is not like, oh, guess. I guess you would have to be in on the type of conversations we have to really understand what I'm saying. I'm not like, oh, guess what? Oh boy, it's not like that. But if I feel like I would want to know, then I give you that same respect. Certain little stupid stuff, no, you just keep it moving. You really do. You just keep it moving.
Now I feel what Cheryl is saying. Cheryl says Victor can't even explain that foolishness. No one opens the door but the person who wants it open. And
that's not
exactly
true.
That is true.
Okay, so basically you just said that somebody called you and that was your ex and he wanted to vent or he was going through something. He could have called anybody else in the universe to vent to, but he chose you. And you accepted the call and you talked to him.
I did that.
Yes,
yeah, I did that.
He opened the door.
I made that choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so if this guy over here, if he couldn't talk to the person he was with, why in the hell? My thing is, that's what happens. A lot of times a guy will be in a situation and we'll want to go to the person who we with, but they're just not that understanding. So I can come over here and vent with you, and then you listen, you give me some advice, and it is what it is.
And that's when things get started.
And things could get started. But the initial problem was not me talking to her. The initial problem is I can't fucking go home and talk to the person who.
Well, that's a problem.
This is my thing too, and this is just my humble opinion.
Yeah, and I want to come back to something you said, Deanna, after you make your statement.
Haven't had a lot of relationships, so I'm not a relationship guru.
No one on this panel is.
Not by
not a damn soul.
That's correct.
Child.
But I don't feel like a lot of people in relationships want to be held accountable. It's easier for me to go to Susan over here because Susan don't care about holding me accountable. She really don't care about me. Anything new shines. So Susan over here is that. But if I go to my significant other, they may hold you accountable. And they're going to say things out of love and out of knowing you that you may not like or want to hear. But I can go over here and I don't have any accountability over here. I think that's a lot of it too.
Yep.
Okay.
Deanna, my question to you is a statement you said, and I understand the statement because you're saying it out of respect, and I understand it. You say, I treat people the way that I want to be treated.
I try to.
Right. And I respect that. There can be a problem with that. And the reason why is because of expectations, meaning that how you handle a circumstance, you may expect your significant other to handle that circumstance similar to where you are. But you two are not always on the same page, or you two different individuals.
And I'm learning that.
Right. Because what happens, you set yourself up for hurt. Because even though you're trying to be transparent and you're trying to say, listen, I'm being transparent, you can be transparent with me because that's the best way to be. But the bottom line is this person that you're with may not handle everything the way you handle it. And when you come back to him on something that you felt or feel that you would have handled different than he did, that can create problems. That's why in a relationship, we have to allow for the respect part, but you also have to allow that person to be themselves. Because if they can't be themselves and have to feel like they have to act the way you want them to act because that doesn't work. And that's very dangerous.
I agree. I totally agree. And that's something that I must say I'm still learning, because I'm going to tell you, it has been a struggle for me to really understand that different people were brought up different ways and have different experiences that shape them. So everybody's not going to respond, but I still believe there's a baseline for everything.
I understand.
So we got a baseline where we all start.
And when it's a baseline, you're dead. Got to be a little ripple here. Okay. That's what life is. It's a little ripple. When it's flat line, you dead. So let's be real here.
Yeah. So I just that 1,500 to the ex Vic is a NO. No.
Speedy says ladies will question the conversation with the ex, but not any other woman or person.
That is true.
If it's 1,500, we questioning with everybody, even your homeboy.
But it's
Period.
the same thing as me, doggone. Man, y'all tripping, man. It's the same thing if me going to change a tire.
It's not.
Victor, you don't understand that. Like that's totally we. I'm speaking.
It's my
Deanna
time.
and myself. We don't want to see anyone stuck on the side of the road with no.
Absolutely not.
But you want to see somebody homeless.
Yeah, if they're gonna get kicked out their house and they need that rent, then and then 1,500 doesn't affect your household, you gotta. We're looking at 1,500 relevant. If you making $250,000, $500,000, 1,500 is just dropping the damn bucket.
It's not
at the end of the
about
day.
It is about the money.
You putting emphasis on this money. You are 1,500. That's a no.
$100 was the cap.
I was joking when I said that. Now,
well,
that was a joke.
Okay, yeah.
Y'all running out. Yeah, but the whole point is when it comes to the ex, I just feel like certain things I'm not gonna be comfortable asking an ex. Period. Unless I know we
won't.
Yeah.
But
we
you
can't
have
expect everybody to be like us. So.
Exactly. You do have women out there that wouldn't hesitate to go to their ex.
But if you trust your man, then what's the issue then? If you 100% trust me, Veronica, if me and you together, and you sit here and you tell me, and I find out later that you gave your ex, if we together, I find out you gave your ex $2,700 to make some kind of repair or whatever. Once I hear it from somebody else, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna like, yo, what? I heard that you gave somebody else $2,700. Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. Well, what's up with that? And after we had this conversation, as long as you make me feel like it was nothing, then I'm cool.
Lies.
Listen.
So you won't be mad because I went behind your back and gave my ex money.
Like I said, as long as you make me feel.
But how can she control your feeling? Like
she might as well come and tell you straight up. Then why not?
Tell me straight up.
Why not? Because why not? It doesn't make sense.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
If you before you gave this fella
lying.
I'm not lying.
Go ahead. We waiting for you to explain this. You asked me to let you explain it.
If you were to say my ex came to me and want $2,700, Vic, to do this, and this, his mama need an eye surgery, I'm gonna tell her, damn him and his mama. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
Right.
But if you already do it, if you already done it, then make me understand why you did it.
So it's okay.
So
it's okay. It's okay if my ex be homeless, but your ex can't be homeless.
That's not what I said. What I said is, if you already done it,
I'm saying I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, but she's coming to you.
I'm gonna stop it.
Why?
But I can't stop you from giving your ex the 15.
Yeah. Yes, you can. That's what I'm saying. I already know.
You know they will. That's why you're not gonna tell them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I already know no woman.
You're wrong.
I'm not.
So
wrong.
you already know that you're gonna help your ex.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Just let me finish.
Okay.
If my ex asked me for $1,500, I already know if I go bring this back to the crib and say my ex asked me for $1,500, every woman in America is gonna say no, don't do it. But if I do it and I give her the $1,500 and she finds out, I can justify why I did it.
So why can't you justify it in the beginning?
Man, what damn man? You
so how the hell if she ain't gonna agree with you in the beginning, she gonna be pissed. She ain't gonna agree with you in the end when you gave it to her. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna get no damn dinner and you ain't gonna get nothing else for a week.
Well, shit, I pass by Zaxby's every day I go home.
Well, then you gonna have to pass by Zaxby's, baby.
I don't know. It depends on the situation.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, before you finish, Veronica, let me say this. Everybody on this panel may or may not have been cheated on. May or may not. So let me say this. Is it easier for me to say I'm about to go cheat on you, or is it easier for me to say I already cheated on you?
Women?
Exactly.
Why y'all don't answer that?
So once the act has been done, and you try to explain it, then it can be rectified. But if I tell you, oh man, you know what, tonight, babe, I'm gonna go out tonight and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And by the way, before I come home, I'm gonna go sleep with XYZ.
You're not coming home.
So, exactly. But if I've already cheated and you found out about it, then I might get myself out that situation. It's the same thing.
It's not.
Nah, Victor's.
It's one day you give the, so what Victor's saying, you give the power, you're giving the power in the beginning by giving the power to the person. Yes. What Victor is saying, he has somewhat taken some of the power away, allowed him to go and do it, and he feels there's more of an option, that there's a possibility that he can kind of rectify that if that person finds out after it has happened.
I'm losing either way. I'm out of 1500.
But you already then went and got your rocks off somewhere else.
No, I'm out of 1500 and you mad with me. So how am I winning?
I feel like it depends on the situation. Like, what are you giving her the $1,500 for?
Nothing.
Because she about to get kicked out the house.
Nothing.
Sammy writes. I like what Mr. Sammy writes. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. What Victor's saying. That's what Victor's saying. That's what Victor's saying.
Mm-hmm. All of a sudden,
I mean, no, so the word is sometimes.
Yeah.
The point is sometimes. And what I guess I struggle with the asking for permission part, because
that's what I'm saying.
No, you're not asking for permission. It's that dialogue that needs to take place. Period.
That's my whole example. I'm asking you. If I ask you, can I give her 1,500?
You're gonna say no, Deanna.
You're going to say no.
Deanna. But if you find out, Deanna, you're gonna be pissed, but you may not leave him. That may not be.
Why would I leave if you asking me?
Because
if he didn't go ahead.
If I do,
you don't want to be told no and then go do it. That's the problem.
Right, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct.
I got a feeling he would do it anyway.
There you go. That's it. You already know your mind is made up, regardless of what I say. But if you ask or bring it to me and I tell you no, that's going to sting a little bit more when you do it.
So
in your mind,
that's why he's not going to tell you. So it won't sting. So whatever sting you get, you ain't going to get that other sting of the disrespect where I told you not to do it.
But once you find out after I gave the 1,500, it's okay.
It's not okay.
I know I can fix it.
Yo, if I snuck to the park, I snuck to the park and my mom's found out I snuck to the park, I may get in trouble. But if my mother told me not to go to the park and I sneak to the park, oh my God, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it worse. I'm gonna get it worse. Yeah.
Can I give her the 1,500?
What are you giving her 1,500 for?
She about to get kicked out.
The house.
Is she gonna pay you back?
I might put you in the room for a night.
So she's not gonna pay you back. So you're just gonna give her. Is this gonna be the first and last time?
That's it.
I got a problem with it. If kids were involved, I'm just telling you about me.
Veronica's thinking. I think Veronica. Again, I can't answer for you, Veronica, but you're thinking. I think that you would talk a little bit. I think you would do it. I think Veronica, you would do it.
I'm thinking if I was in that situation, and my ex was in. Wait,
I'm gonna take you to the mountains too after that.
Yeah, let Veronica answer this because I think she may do it. Go ahead, Veronica.
If I was in a relationship with a man and he comes to me and asks, "Hey, do you mind if I give blah 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 $1,500?"
Do you mind?
Absolutely.
She's about to get kicked out, so she needs $1,500 to pay her mortgage, and she need a little extra for her car payment. Is she going to pay you back?
And he said no.
No. Okay. Will this be the first and last time?
Victor?
And it depends.
Yes, it's gonna be the first and the last time
that I know about.
Huh?
My thing is, if I was in a situation and my ex was involved with someone, I would feel very funny, for one, going to my ex asking for money because he's involved with someone. If he's single and by himself and I'm single, maybe. But see, I'm the type of person where I don't like asking anybody. And I thank God, because I never had to be in that situation before. But if I was in that situation, I would have other resources to reach out to before I go to my ex. That's just me.
But you came to the ex. So if me and you together, and then my ex was to say, Vic, I'm about to get kicked out. And I say, Veronica, my ex asked me for $1,500. You know what I'm saying?
And it depends.
And I say, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna approach you with it. I'm gonna say, the $1,500 ain't the issue, but let's go ahead. I'm gonna drop this $1,500 off. Pack your bags. We're gonna go here, here, and here, and then when we come back, we can talk about it. Yeah, exactly. And
we talking about it before we go.
Huh?
But the thing is,
the whole move. We talking about it before we go.
And another issue is,
I still ain't give Veronica to answer this question.
What kind of relationship do me and the ex have? Is she a bitch? Always trying to cause drama?
No.
Then it's definitely no.
Well, of course, she can't cause drama if she was able to contact.
She ain't getting it.
Why we put this in there? Why can't it just be?
Because there's different reasons why someone going to be against you giving your ex money.
Right, but let's just say she's not a bitch, Veronica. You don't even know her.
She's not getting it.
I didn't ask you, Deanna. I'm asking Veronica because Veronica
I'm speaking for her because she with it. She
no,
Veronica has a heart, and it always, like, Veronica is really nice. To a certain extent,
right?
I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't, because I just feel like if you're giving this woman $1,500, now you're getting ready to open up another door that shouldn't even be open.
Right. Y'all don't know women.
That's my thing.
Would you would you put
wait a minute. So here it is, back in the street now. Oh, look, Veronica man and gave her ex blah, 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 blah. And I know I shouldn't worry about other people, but that is how stuff get messy. When the ex becomes petty, that's when it gets messy. Now, if your ex, and I know the ex, and she's just this sweet person, and you know, I just don't know. I don't know.
What for
so
me?
You can sleep at night knowing. So Veronica. So the person is not a bad person, and it's a one time. You just asked Victor. It's a one time shot. The woman's gonna get put out, and it's a one time shot. And when you and at the end of the day, what would you need to take place for Victor? Do you need to have a conversation with her, with Victor? Do you need to go over there with Victor? What would you need? What would you need for this to happen where you can sleep good at night and move on? If Victor's telling you this is a one-time thing and that you're involved in this,
I may need some proof. I probably would say, okay, yeah. But you're not going to give it to her. You're going to go wherever she go to pay her rent.
I'm cool with you giving it to her. I'm cool with you giving it to her.
We ain't giving it to her. We can help. See, that's what I want y'all to get. Like, I'm not saying you don't.
I wouldn't feel comfortable, and not to cut you off, Dana, let me just make this thing. I wouldn't feel comfortable you giving her $1,500 because I don't know where that $1,500 is really going.
So you would rather him pay, yeah.
If you're going to make that payment, go ahead, Deanna.
What I'm not saying, we bring up the conversation and we talk about it. Maybe we can come to some agreement, but you're not giving her $1,500. You're just not.
Well, then that's what.
You see
Then he's
what
not going to
Cheryl
tell you
said?
if that woman and her children gonna get put out, and it comes down to you having your ass on your shoulders. That's why he ain't gonna tell you, because
Well,
at
he-
the end of the day, this woman's gonna get put out. He's just gonna make that to the rent office. He's not gonna tell you. That's what Victor's trying to say. I'm not gonna tell you if it's gonna go to the rent office. It's a one-time thing. Ain't nothing involved in it. And I made it to the rent office, and I'm going about my business. And I tell my ex, listen, I'm in a relationship. This is the first and last time. Don't contact me no
just
more.
pray it don't come back.
That's
to
it.
me.
That's it.
You
That's
see what
all.
Cheryl said?
Melanie,
He ain't gonna tell you. That's it. He ain't gonna tell you.
Melanie says, "Oh, the giving is one thing, but if she doesn't have to pay it back, that's not gonna fly with me."
Well, why? But see, if she
You
pays
ain't
it
giving
back,
it,
then that
Melanie.
puts
I
us.
feel you, Melanie.
That puts us back. Like, I'm gonna give you this to get out my face. That's it.
Tell them to get out your face, and they get out your face.
But what if they what?
Are you really giving her that so that she can get out your face?
Let me say
No,
this.
that door open now. So
Yeah,
if
I mean,
But see,
I wouldn't say
Susan
that,
over here
Victor.
ain't
Get out your
done,
face.
I can go back.
Just give it to you. You're paying that. You're trying to help. But if you know she's in a jam and it's going to be hard for her to pay it back, and you're not going to be short, and it's not going to affect your household, then yeah, just say, look, this is a one-time thing. This is it. Boom. Next time you got to go downtown to get a one-shot deal, because I can't do this here because I'm in a
we can't ask
relationship.
for
You know?
Teen. He like sister wives, so he with it.
It's
No,
not.
no, no.
I just say don't do it and be messy with it.
That wasn't.
If somebody's gonna
like
be
sister
out,
wives.
it's not about
That
sister
wasn't
wife. It's about if the woman is gonna be out in the streets. Do you know what it is to be homeless? Do you understand what it is to be homeless? And this is sincere. If this is sincere and you're looking at it and being messy with it, then it's on you. Because if it's not messy from that woman point and it's not messy with Victor's point, then why not let him help her?
So it's on the significant other. If she don't want him to do it, it's on her.
Yes,
absolutely.
It becomes back on you. It can become back on you. It can.
Because if we're in a relationship, your view on the entire situation defines our entire relationship, because that could be the breaking point of our relationship.
So because we disagree on a particular situation, that nullifies every good thing that has happened in our relationship.
No. What I'm saying is,
good point,
if you
Deanna.
tell me no,
good point. Excellent
if you tell
point.
me no, then I'm not going to do it. But if I already did it and you tell me I can't deal with this, I'm out, then that was the breaking point.
You felt like you didn't care enough about my opinion and my feelings, so you did what you wanted to do because you knew it was a problem.
See where we go.
And you don't understand why I'm mad. Why I am mad? That's a problem. So I guess for a person like me, I think Veronica said it early on. You'll wonder, well, how many times did it happen? Did you do it before? Are you gonna do it again?
Can I ask you something, Deanna?
Sure.
Let's say me and you together, and my job have a fundraiser, and I write a check to the United Way for $1,500.
That's not your ex.
Oh, come on, Victor.
But see, why are y'all putting?
Why you generalizing it?
Because it doesn't matter. See,
it does.
It's charity.
Charity
is charity.
The bottom line is I'm dealing with it from Victor's point of view, but
Charity
from the
starts
bottom
at home.
line is that honestly, an ex is an ex, and you move on and you leave that alone. That's all. At the end of the day, I'm answering it from Victor's point of view. From Fatine's point of view, that's an ex. You move on. You leave that alone. That's it. You don't. I'm not helping the ex. And I'm not expecting my significant other to help her ex. You move on because they're exes for a reason.
If
just move on. And
is not involved.
Can I
if children are not involved, definitely. If kids
say,
involved,
that's it. Let's move on. That's it.
So let me say this to y'all women. Let's say we in a relationship and we struggling. Would you go to your daddy and ask him for financial help? You better damn not. Let me tell you that.
I wouldn't.
Wait, say that a question. Say that a question again.
I wouldn't want to go to my daddy because, like I said,
but I go to him before I go to an ex.
No, I didn't. That's not the question.
What's the question?
The question is, if I'm in a relationship with a woman and we financially struggling,
Right.
would she go to her father for financial help in order to make the ends meet?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Why
Hell
not?
no.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
What do you want me to do?
So all right. Would
We're
you go
going to the
behind my
shelter
back?
together.
Would you? Huh?
We're going to the shelter together because you don't want me to ask my dad.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
I'm confused.
Why not
How that
ask
don't
your
make
father?
sense?
Because at the end of the day, if you have a relation, that's her father. Just like if it's my father or my mother, and we're having a problem, I can go to them and say, "Listen, we're having a little a problem."
You said that you can go. I said
I was about to say, well, you better go to yours.
But I have a problem if my significant other went to her father to ask for some help. If we're having a problem,
why would you have a problem with that, Victor?
Yeah, why would you have your ego?
Because
ego.
As a man, I feel like I would feel like a failure. So for you to go behind my back to go get help.
But you said
we're going to the shelter together, sir.
Wait a minute. You said that you was okay if your significant other would go to her ex and ask for money. But you're not okay for her to go to her dad?
What I'm saying is,
I don't.
All right.
I get what you're saying. I understand.
I'm lost now.
But I'm going.
Let's take the blinders off. Your father's gonna always, if I feel like if you was to go to your father and ask for help, he's gonna always look at me as a failure.
So with that ex.
Okay, but I'm okay with that aspect of it. I'm okay with that. So if you was to go to over here and get the money, as long as I kind of don't know where it came from, I'm still cool with it. But for you to go to your father and ask for help, and I'm like, well, damn, I'm sitting over here trying. But as long as it looks like we making the ends meet, I'm cool with that too.
But what if you're not? You saying we're struggling, we're not making the ends meet, and you go ask for help. And then as your ego is there, you say to your father-in-law, listen, soon as I get back on my feet, okay, then that's fine. That's fine. But at the end of the day is that I'm going to pay this back. I'm going to pay this back because at the end of the day, you don't want to feel, as we as men don't want to feel as a failure. Exactly. And let me say to him, man to man, eye to eye, yo, Pops, at the end of the day, soon as I get on my feet, you getting this $1,500 back.
But see, that's the conversation that I would have with my father-in-law. But what I'm asking y'all is, if you seeing like, okay, we about to get put out, my man, he trying to make moves and all this other stuff. Let me go to my daddy. I already see. So you gonna already bypass. So let me tell you this: some women don't have that option. Some women, their ex or their brother, their ex or their male friend is that person that can financially stabilize them.
So you would rather an ex who could be your competition coming for your woman.
It ain't gonna be no competition.
Listen to what I'm saying. To help, to know that your household is struggling. You want the ex, as opposed to me saying, "Hey, Dad, can I get $200?" My daddy ain't gonna say, "Well, what it for?" and why Vic ain't doing this or doing that. It's not.
I'm gonna have, but I know I got to pay that back though. But
it wouldn't be. He wouldn't. My daddy ain't gonna be like, "Well, you got to pay me back. What it for?" None of that ain't gonna matter.
But Victor, it's not messy. The ex is messy. Going to a father, that's family. That's family, and that's what family do for one another. They help one another. It's present. But going to an ex, again, there's an ex for a reason. Going to the ex just creates too many problems, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, and just leave that alone.
So you just gonna help the ex? We just got to accept that. We know that.
I'm not saying I'm gonna help the ex, but certain people need help in different ways.
I agree.
And you have to, as the older we get, you have to decipher through that. So I know I'm not going to help everybody because I can't.
But I know help the ex.
Huh?
But you're gonna help the ex.
No, I'm not gonna. All my exes, I won't help. But I have a few. If everybody's got a cap, like you said, everybody's got a cap amount. There's certain, like my baby mama could probably ask me for an exuberant amount of money, and depending on what it was for,
she got the kids.
She's got the children. But see, if you look at it that way, then the kids can come here. So my baby mama could probably ask me, or excuse me, my children's mother could probably ask me for more money than anybody else.
She can get $1,500 easy.
No, she can't. But I'm just saying,
as a significant other, she can. Is what I'm saying. Well, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I don't see me giving my baby mama $1,500 for nothing, but
depends on what it is, Deanna.
No, I don't.
If it's for the kids, of course.
If it's for the kids, then I'm giving.
If the kid, her and the kids about to get put out, same scenario.
But see, I have my house. My baby, like I threw the $1,500 out there, but understand, I threw that out there just to see what was y'all limit. So you told me it was 100. I think Veronica
said joking.
30. I think Veronica.
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Oh, Veronica didn't say anything.
I was joking with the 100 though. I really was.
So when we're talking about if my kid's mother was to say she's about to lose her crib, my kids could come here, then you know.
And you're gonna leave her out, but you wouldn't leave. You'll leave her homeless, but you wouldn't leave a regular ex home. That don't even sound right. I would rather for my children's other parent to be stable.
That's petty on Victor's part.
It is, and I get it, but I would rather, because if mama and daddy is good,
I'd come off child support like that.
Victor, you just know that Deanna is right on this one. And Veronica, they are right.
If mama good, then especially if she's the custodial parent, if mama's good, my kids are good. But if mama's not good and she's struggling, trying to figure it out, got some stuff going on, then my kids may feel that a little bit.
Right. You gotta.
And just because they can come stay with you, they have that option.
But how would your kids feel that they could come stay with you, but you let their moms? You understand what I'm saying? That's
will mama let me go homeless? Will mom let me go homeless? She probably would. Yeah. Let
me get to some of these comments. Tori says, wow, does your ex still have access?
Complete access, undoubtedly.
That's now, when I said, just leave it alone. Just leave the exes out.
At the beginning of the conversation, we was talking about exes that does not have your kids. We just talking about an ex.
Right.
And you was cool with giving your ex
but not
$1,500.
But everybody can't get it. What I'm saying is, there are certain people that can call me and say, Vic, I'm in a tight spot. I need $30, $40, $50 to get me out this spot. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then I got certain people that'll call me and say, hey, yo, bro, I need $30, $40, $50. I'll be like, I ain't got it.
We talking about females here. Ex.
Sis.
Again, it's a messy, leave it alone.
You know what I'm gonna say this? I'm gonna say this.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Yeah. You just don't leave the ex where they are.
I'm gonna say this.
Just leave it alone.
It's May 27th, 2021. All females don't ask me for shit because apparently I can't give. I can't.
Yeah, I want to hear. Okay, so Marvin,
but you're not in a relationship.
He's with Vic. So what do you mean?
He gonna help the exes and not the baby mama.
Marvin, what do you mean?
Because they both are petty.
Right.
It's not petty. That's my real emotion. I really feel like that. Like
you will help another ex out before you will your kid's mother.
That's not no.
That's what you said now or inferred.
Yeah, you did. You walked into that one, Vic.
Okay, then yes.
You walked into that.
I'm gonna have to stand behind it. Yeah.
You ain't got to stand behind it. You could just say, you know what?
No,
I said it.
I stand behind it.
Oh, okay.
I said it. I got to stand behind it.
No, you ain't got to. Nah.
You made a mistake.
Yeah. You correct yourself. You can look at things from a different perspective and say, you know what? I'm looking at it now from this perspective, you know.
See what Mr. Sammy said? I just told y'all if I give $1,500, it's not going to even affect the crib. So why is it an issue?
Well, Mr. Sammy's been siding with you all night.
Huh?
Mr. Sammy has been siding with you all night.
I mean, that is true though. Never loan more than you can afford
I
to
agree.
give.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
don't
true.
take out. Don't
But
take
that
out.
ain't alone. That's
No.
Vic made it clear he was giving it. He doesn't expect anything back. He's not telling his significant other. It's a secret. Period.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's what you said.
Yep.
It's
That's
only a problem when you find out about it.
But the thing is, Victor, you shouldn't go behind your
significant other's back.
significant
You
other's
shouldn't do that.
back
No.
about that. I
Because
mean,
you wouldn't like it. You said you wouldn't like it if she did that and you found out. Right. Right.
No, I would not like it if I found out about it.
Right.
So why do it?
That's the whole double standard that we was talking
It's
about.
not it's wrong on both ends. It's not a double standard.
On
It's
both
not.
ends.
That's not a double standard. It's just wrong.
What
That's
did Mr.
not-
Sammy say? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
Don't listen to Mr. Sammy tonight.
Hold now.
You can't do that part.
Mr. Sammy, I'm just joking.
So
Vic, you just want to do what you want to do, and I'll deal with it later. I think that's what it is. I don't want to deal with you now, so I'll just deal with you if it comes up.
I agree with that.
JV,
You know what? You hit it on the head. That's exactly how I feel. You're right.
how do you feel?
Exactly. That's it.
I missed it. I was reading.
I said he doesn't want to deal with it now. In the beginning, he just feels like, well, I'll deal with it later if it comes up.
If he gets caught, right.
And I'm gonna do like she said, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm just gonna deal with it if it comes up.
So why not just stay a single person who can do whatever, whenever, however, bed whoever, date whoever, give whoever whatever, and not have to feel like you got to answer to anybody? Why not just stay single and do that?
But who wants to be single though?
Somebody that loans his ex's money.
That's one instant. But see, if you get with somebody who has that compassion in their heart, if I feel like I can come to you and tell you any and everything, and I know you have our best interests at heart, then I would never hide anything like that from you.
So what I'm asking you is, when I said I was that person that felt like I could come to you with any and everything and tell you shouldn't tell them everything. I said that.
But and that's because I put myself in that instance. Now, if we land in the bed and you get a phone call and this dude over here want to pour his heart out to you for 45 minutes, I'm not gonna say nothing till you get off the phone.
I'm shutting it down before then.
Because she's giving you that respect. She's going to shut it down. What she's saying, she's going to shut it down and give you that respect, and she expects you to do the same. Correct, Deanna? Correct.
Xavier says he thought we was talking about boxing. Baby, that been an hour and 30 minutes ago. We on another topic, Xavier.
45 minutes ago.
So
we got off with them at like 8:30.
But the thing about this is what I love about the Tangy Tea is that not only can I give my perspective, but I'm also learning as well. So I see the mistakes that I've made and see my shortcomings. So I'm cool with, and I see where you're coming from. I see where everybody coming from, because I guess if I look at it that way, then yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Right.
It's okay. So
be transparent or leave it alone.
So
be transparent or leave it alone. That's all to it.
At 9:52 on May the 27th, you cannot get $1,500 from me without my significant other co-signing that loan. So now I'm gonna need some repayment.
That's it.
I'm gonna need some repayment. If she agrees to it.
There you go. That's transparency.
I see where y'all coming from.
Now your eyes are
He saw it from the beginning. He just need to be devil advocate.
On everything I didn't. I just felt like if I gave you something, I swear to God, I felt like if I gave you something and I didn't want anything in return and I didn't want nothing from you, it was cool. But if you sitting here telling me it's an issue and I shouldn't hide shit, and you like, well, what if somebody did it to you?
Exactly.
You're saying it's a double standard. Then I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But what the point that I was trying to make earlier is that.
Can I get to a question?
Yeah.
Can I get to a comment right quick? So Barvin says it's been women in my past that went above and beyond for me. So if they need something from me, yeah, I got it. They got it. Even in a relationship, Marvin.
But see, and that's the thing though. As an ex, you still have that. I'm gonna say this.
That's leaving the doors open for your ex.
But let me say this. In a relationship, and every relationship I've ever been in, I always felt like the woman did more than what I did. As far as physically doing things for me, yes, I might have financially did more than she did, but I always felt like in a relationship, the woman actually physically done more in a relationship than me. So if she came to me and asked me for something, I felt like not really that it was an obligation, but I just felt like, I owed you that.
Why do you owe her that when you moved on to another relationship?
But just because that's just how I felt at that time.
And some women gonna take advantage of that. Like, oh, I know I can go big
exactly.
for 1,500.
Let me
exactly.
I just want to say this. Two things. So Victor, at the end, we all pretty much came on the same page from the perspective of Victor saying, okay, I get it, the transparency. What some folks don't understand when watching this show is that sometimes a person puts their point of view out there that people may disagree with, but other people still do it. Right. And what happens is sometimes we are explaining what they're doing. Don't mean that because we're explaining it, we are agreeing with it, but we are explaining it because these things really happen. That's why there's so much, because there's no conversation. And if you don't conversate about how some people do things, even if you disagree with it, then you don't see things from the whole perspective. A lot of people disrespect you just to say, hey, I'm totally disagree. But what Victor said earlier, I was trying to understand and then say, you know what? There are men that think about that. There are men that do things, but they look at their significant other that if they do the same thing, they treat it as a double standard. It's okay for them, but it's not okay for their significant other to do it from a man's perspective. So when we're talking about it, it's not that we're saying that's okay. But what we are saying is there are some people out there that act like that, and we are conversing about it. But when it comes down to the bottom line at the end of the show, when Veronica says, what will you do? And not to say that we're always on the same page, is that the bottom line is we come back and say what we feel is best from our perspective. But if we don't discuss these things that people are having, sometimes we go through those things, and sometimes we don't go through those things. But if we don't look at it from that perspective, then we're not being honest to have that conversation.
And another thing is we don't know what situation we may find ourselves in the future.
That's correct.
I may feel like that now, but life may happen and I may find myself in a different situation and I may feel totally different. So it's just healthy dialogue about, like you said, real life situations.
That's all it is about. And that's why you have those conversations, because a lot of times I will listen to people get together and they say, well, why do certain people do this? Why do they do that? But when Victor comes on and says something from that perspective, then he gets a chance to explain it. And then we get a chance to look at it and understand, talk about it, converse about it. But then sometimes, like I got hit just now with a text message, at the end of the day. And that's what got me, because at the end of the day, we're having a conversation about something, and it's not that we may move, or we're talking about it and trying to dissect it and understand it at the end of the day.
Because I came off with a better understanding of why a man won't.
I just get tired of it. I just, it's just.
There's a limit. There's a limit to things. There's a limit. Like that is when stuff start getting messy. Point blank is when you start doing all these things. Okay, I get it. Some people are still close with their exes. I get that, but what's the limit? What's the cutoff? Because when you still doing things for your exes and all that, and it goes back to how would y'all feel if y'all woman, Victor, listen, how would you as a man feel if your woman was doing all these things for her exes? See, that's the problem with relationships. You have to put yourself in the other's shoes. Right. How would they feel if I did this to them?
Sure, correct.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to be careful when you're talking about helping X after X after X because some just do not know when to stop asking.
Absolutely.
And they're doing things to be petty.
But I'm on your side. I told you at 9:50 whatever.
I'm just saying.
I'm on your side now. I'm Veronica. I'm on y'all side.
I'm still on Marvin's comment. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What was Marvin's comment?
My bad.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing.
Like, you have to be careful, like for real, because some people don't want to see you happy. And if you got messy exes, like they're gonna do things to break up your happy home.
That's why,
and because you are allowing it, you still have that door open for them to come in and mess up what you have.
Now the letter, be honest with this letter. Let's go back to this letter. He did say that this ex had his kids, correct? He did say that.
That's totally different.
Right. So at the end of the day, there always needs to be a conversation with someone new coming in your life that, listen, I have children by so-and-so. And there needs to be a conversation between your two in a sense of how you deal with your children and how you deal with your ex. A lot of breakups, the person don't deal well with the ex. So it's not always, it's always confusion. But then there's some people that have exes that they break away and they still have a respectful relationship. So you have to explain that and have a conversation with your new significant other. So there's understanding and there's transparency from the beginning.
Yeah. And I get it. Everybody is definitely not the same. Because going back to what Deanna and I had said earlier, like it's different when it comes to us. Like we're not going to reach out to our ex for money or for anything. I don't care how close I am still with my ex.
Right.
I feel like that's disrespectful to who I am now.
Right.
That's just me.
Because it gives them the idea that your man or whatever can't provide or can't hold it down. And I never want my significant other to be seen in a negative light.
And the word is perception. The perception and the perception goes far with that. And you don't want that. So that's true. Yep. I think we all on the same page now.
Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. Yeah, like certain things you just don't do. All right, guys. So we're going on 2 hours now, so we can wrap it up.
As usual.
As usual. Thank y'all guys so much for watching. Any last thoughts, guys?
All I'm gonna say is if my next relationship, nobody ain't getting nothing if I can't talk to you about it.
I don't know when to take you serious and when not.
Me either.
Are you being serious right about now?
I don't know either.
Like I told you, my favorite line is stop me when I start lying. I'm sitting here saying on live, we on the Tangy T. If I don't follow this up, call me out. I'm cool with that. You got a hotline, you got a comment section. So my thing is I see now that if someone asks you for something, it is great to tell your significant other, no matter if you are intentionally giving it, with no malice in your heart or anything in return, it's not okay to do that without permission.
My bell can't beat that bomb. There you go. That's it. I think that sums up the show right there.
Yes.
Drop some mic.
That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing else we can say. That's it.
Finally.
But like I said, not only do I can give you my perspective, but if you sitting here giving good points, how can I not?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem saying I was wrong, and that's a lot of in a lot of instances as adults, we get to a certain age, women, and y'all don't know how to say I was wrong. But a man will apologize more than a woman will.
That's a lie.
That's another show.
Yeah. But what Victor did say and where we were at is that there are some people that will operate like that. And that's where we was having that conversation and try. And as Victor said, that it was good that you said that, Victor, because you gave an explanation for it, but as to having a conversation for between us and the comments, then you at the end of the day reassessed it. But that's what conversation and dialogue is about. We make mistakes in life.
Yeah, I make a lot of damn mistakes.
See,
Every day.
see what I mean?
See, there you go.
I knew it was coming.
There you go. See that part when a man keeps getting pushed like that,
then we do whatever.
Yeah, then you push a man to a point, then there's a breaking point. There's a breaking point. So, just like a woman has a breaking point.
I want Marvin Tony to come on here. That's
Marvin talking about.
That's what I want.
Marvin, hey, come on, bro.
I got to be on with him and Vic together. Veronica, I will not leave you lonely.
Please don't. You know you got to.
And Marvin, I agree with you there. Marvin, 100% agree with you there. Women damn sure don't tell us everything they do, but that goes both ways. That goes both ways. That goes both ways.
To.
Exactly. I said it from the beginning. Ways. Like some things you don't tell.
But I clearly was saying I'm an open book. No, they don't want to know that. We don't want to know that.
That was me. I ain't every man. That was just me. I don't want to know everything.
Yeah, Deanna, you kind of said tell everything. Because you said it.
If it's something that I know could come back to bite us like an ex or so, I am. I feel like I should.
Right. And you want transparency. And you feel at the end of the day, the way that works, you are cutting down for anything to be messy. That's what you're trying to say. Yeah. That's what you're trying to say. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Well, all clear hearts.
Yes.
Victor, I'm so proud of you.
Me too. You've been turning over a new leaf.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I ain't gonna go into it. But I
gotta give you the club air horn.
We
ain't gonna discuss that, Victor. But there's a new sheriff in town. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want to discuss fatigue next time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Can I get a quick shout out real quick to happy birthday to my cousin down here, Angel. That's my cousin Pat's daughter, her oldest child. Happy birthday. So many birthdays in my family right around this time. My cousin Julie is she's out of the country traveling and having a good birthday too. So just happy birthday to everybody that's having a birthday around this time.
Marvin, I sent you the link. So if you want to jump on right quick,
please and thank you.
Put that ass up. Come on. I sent you the link.
Don't get scared.
Right.
So we going 3 hours tonight?
Which I do. It might be 4.
I ain't going no damn 4 hours. I didn't want to go 2 hours.
You already knew what it was when it was going to be.
Yeah, I just thought we were talking boxing tonight.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He said he ain't got no shirt on.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up tonight.
Gotta go.
Look who trying to rush now. I've been late.
Well, I was coming from a birthday celebration.
Look,
family birthday celebration.
That's right. Mr. 1:30 in the morning.
That's right. We
okay.
Some pool, baby.
I had to tell him I had to leave. I was like, man, I got to go.
Yeah. Well, I was in a pool competition right there, baby. I had to win that game, baby. I couldn't walk out there looking bad.
All right. Time to go. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for your comments. We appreciate all of you out there for watching each and every week. Please have a fantastic weekend. Be safe out there. It's Memorial Day. Memorial Day, right?
Yes.
Memorial Day weekend. Be safe. And we'll see y'all, God willing, next week right here on the T. If you guys would like to be a guest or if you have topic suggestions, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com, or you can leave it right there in our inbox right here on our page or my personal page, Veronica Samuel. Yes. And we will talk with you then. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe.
Buenas noches.
Thanks. Victor.
Peace.
Brother Fatine, my girl Deanna, thank y'all so much for sitting in tonight. I appreciate y'all so much.
Of course.
Y'all have a good night.
Always.